So go ahead and we're going to start on our back. Lie down. The small blankets for your head. Just place your head here as a little pillow. And let's go ahead and start with the knees bent, soles of the feet on the ground. Hands on your belly. Just taking a moment to feel where your body is touching the floor. And I want you to release into gravity a little more as the muscles relax. Relaxing your jaw, even the muscles on your face. And we're going to stay here for a couple more minutes, bringing our intention for the class. And I want you to take a moment and think of something in your life that you want to bring a little balance or stability to. So if something might pop up immediately, and it can be physical, it can be mental, emotional, even spiritual. So as we have this practice together, there's a deeper intention that's very personal and unique. So now I want you to become aware of your breath, feeling as you inhale that natural ballooning of the belly into the hands. And then as you exhale, feel the belly drawing in towards the lower back. And feel as you breathe in out, building your breath. Create a balanced quality to both your inhale and your exhale, not favoring either. So creating a comfortable and steady inhale and exhale. Now for today's practice, we're going to add a little pelvic floor engagement. It's the tightening of the pelvic floor muscles and almost a zipping up of the lower abdominals simultaneously. So just see if you can feel that. It's also known like as a Kegel contraction, if you're familiar with that. And I want you to feel that engagement on the exhale. So there's a drawing up with each exhale, and then there's a releasing of it on the inhale. And see if you can continue with this with the hands down by your sides. And we're going to start bringing in some movement with some pelvic tilts. So I want you to feel the tailbone heavy and the natural curve to the lower back. You're going to stay here for your inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the pelvic floor in and tighten the abdominals so much that the lower back flattens into the floor and the pelvis kind of tilts under. And then as you inhale, you're going to release, returning back to a natural curve, but not an overarch. And then again, exhaling at your own pace, tightening the pelvic floor, drawing the abdominals in. Now, as you do this a couple more times, keep the neck and shoulders relaxed. So we're really starting with stability in the pelvis. Let's go ahead and do that one more time until your lower back is flattened. Pelvis is tilted under. And you're going to stay here for your inhale. On your next exhale, draw your abdominals in and bring your right knee up towards the chest so the shin is parallel to the floor. Stay for your inhale. And then as you exhale, draw your belly in, bring the foot back down to the ground. So stay for your inhale. Again, draw the belly in. And as you exhale, draw the pelvic floor in and other leg lifts up. Staying for your inhale, and with stability, lower on the exhale. So again, stay for your inhale, tighten the pelvic floor as you exhale, right knee lifts. Relax the shoulders, stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the foot back down. One more time, same thing to the left side. Try not to shift in the pelvis. Use the core muscles, lifting on the exhale, and lowering on the exhale. So this next time we're going to add to it. Again, lift on your exhale, right leg lifts. Now stay for your inhale. As you exhale, bring the left leg up. So you're going to feel a little more core engagement. Now flatten the lower back, stay for your inhale. As you exhale, lower the left leg back down, but keep the right leg lifted. Stay for your inhale, upper body relaxed, exhale, lower right leg down. Other side, stay for your inhale. This time, left leg's going to lift first. Exhaling. Draw the pelvic floor in. On your next exhale, bring the right leg up. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, left leg lowers. Stay for your inhale. And exhale, right leg down. One more time, we're going to add to it. On your next exhale, right leg lifts. On your next exhale, draw the pelvic floor in, left leg lifts. So from here, I want you to find where the shin's parallel, the knees in line with the hip socket. So not hugged all the way in. Nice alignment of the knee to the hip. And you might even start to feel a little quiver in the lower back. From here, I want you to bring your fingertips to your knees. You're barely going to use your arms as you inhale. Move the knees away from you. Keep the fingertips on the legs. Now as you exhale, tighten the pelvic floor. Bring the knees back in. 3 more times. Shoulder blades heavy. Inhale, knees away. So we're working both sides of the body equally here. And exhale. 2 more times. Keep with the breath. Knees away as you inhale. Pelvic floor draws in, knees in. So slow and steady. 1 more time. Now 4 more times without the arms. Bring the arms down by your side so knees still move away from you. No tension in the lower back. And exhale, draw the pelvic floor in again. Keep the neck and shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. 3 more times. So as is comfortable for you, you can bring the legs a little bit further away. Yeah. Nice. Last time. So from here, you're going to actually keep the right leg hugged in. Bring the left foot down to the ground and extend the left foot away from you. Now, extend the left foot away as if you're standing on it, so the whole leg is still energized. From here, we're going to have the option of using the fingers on the right knee or not. We're going to do little hip circles. So the right fingers can touch the knee as you bring the right knee out to the side. And then circle the knee down away from you, and then circle to complete, bringing the knee back in. Another analogy is kind of like a little feather or paintbrush on your knee and you're drawing a circle in the sky, but I want you to feel that pelvic floor engagement and fluidity in the hip joint. So make sure you're not wobbling the pelvis from side to side. Yeah, we're going to do 4 more times the other direction. And really try to feel the opposite hip really grounded so there's not that shifting.
Nice shifting.
Just slightly. And it could be tightness in the hip. Nice. After this last circle, go ahead and keep the leg hugged in. And hold behind the right leg for a moment. Extend the right sole of the foot up towards the sky. Now let's go ahead and circle the right ankle a couple times each direction. So keep the left leg energized still. And then from here, go ahead and bend the right knee into the chest. From here, left fingertips to the left leg and the right arm out to the side. You're going to stay here for your inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly in, twist to the left, and look over the right fingertips. And then inhale, come up again. So the pelvis is moving here. So as you exhale and twist again, the whole pelvis kind of rotates with you, and it's more of a revolved abdominal twist. You shouldn't feel any tweaking in the back. 2 more times. Bring your head to center as you inhale, gaze to the ceiling, and then as you exhale, twist and gaze over the right fingertips. 1 more time. Nice, and then come back to center. 1 more time, hold behind the right leg. Extend the foot up energetically. And I want you to feel the 4 points of each of the foot pushing up towards the sky. And extend the left leg away from you in that same awareness. So the sole of the left foot pushing away from you. Nice deep breath. Breathe into that sensation. And then go ahead and bend the right leg first. And bend the left leg and slowly bring the left knee into the chest. From here, you're going to keep the left leg bent, bring the right leg to the ground, extend the right foot away from you. Now we're going to start with that little baby hip circle, but first again, feel the symmetry in the pelvis. So we don't want to shift in the pelvis. Option left fingertips to the left leg. As you inhale, move the knee out to the side, feeling that rotation in the hip. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor in and circle the knee to complete the circle. 3 more times this direction. So it's kind of like that groundedness of the right hip needs to move down towards the floor. And maybe this side feels a little different, so you're in control of how big the hip circles are. And if you feel like that shifting, try to draw the pelvic floor in and see if that added core support helps. When the knee's in again, go ahead and move to the other side 4 times. And for more abdominal work, you can work without the hands. And again, no tension in the upper body, really focusing on the muscles in the pelvis. Last time, keep working with the breath. And then when the leg is hugged all the way in, let's go ahead and hold behind the left leg, extend the left foot up. And little ankle circles. Just really enjoying that pointing and flexing. All sorts of lymph nodes all the way up into the ankle and calf. That helps with that detoxification. Now then go ahead and bend the knee. Hold lightly on the knee, this time with the right fingertips. Left arm out to the side. Nice deep inhale. Stay here. And then exhale from belly. Twist to the right this time, and then head turning over the left fingertips. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, squeeze the breath out as you twist. 2 more times. center as you inhale, and twisting and turning the head as you exhale. Last time. Last time, twisting as you exhale, draw the belly in. And then come back to center, hold behind the left leg. You can always use a strap if you want over the left foot. And I want you to push now the sole of the left foot towards the sky and then the sole of the right foot away from you. Stay for a nice deep breath. Yeah, and if you're going to use the strap for this, hold all the way to the bottom of the straps on each side so that the neck and shoulders actually are barely working. But keep the legs still energized. And then let's go ahead and release. Bend the left leg into the chest. Bring the right leg into the chest. And a little baby rocking from side to side. Just massage out any tension in the lower back. And we're going to use that rocking sensation when you're ready to roll yourself over to one side. Really important that you give yourself the time to transition here. So you're going to curl up fetal position, then you take the top palm and you push yourself up slowly. Nice. And we're actually going to transition to come onto our belly. And the blanket should be all set up so it's flat. The other blanket you can move to the side for a moment. So on your belly, you're going to rest now with the forehead on your hands. So from here, again, I want you to feel the same, almost like glued sensation of the pelvis. And as we build the sequence, notice if you start to shift from side to side. So I want you to, again, draw the pelvic floor in, feel that little zipping up from the pubic bone to the navel. And you're going to tighten the right glute muscle, your butt muscle. And from here, on your next exhale, we're going to lift the right leg up. Chest stays down. You're going to stay for your inhale, feel the glute muscle and hamstring being energized. And then go ahead and exhale, release back down. Again, tighten the core. Inhale, stay. Exhale, lift. Left glute muscle nice and strong. Or right. As long as you're moving from the other side. And then go ahead and release. So we're going to do that one more time. Each side, you're going to lift the, let's go ahead and start with the right leg. Exhaling, lift. Stay for your inhale. And releasing on the exhale. Move slowly at your own pace. Don't rush. Other side. So when you move on the exhale with the core work, there's an added sense of that kind of steadiness and mindfulness. So from here, we're going to start to add the chest. Go ahead and relax the legs for a moment. Walk your palms back so the elbows are off the ground. And I want you to focus not on how high you're lifting into like a back bend, but I want you to feel a little energy in the spine. So keep the legs down for a moment. Feel the palms really connected into the mat or the blanket. And as you inhale, lift just the chest up high enough so you can feel the strengthening in the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. And then go ahead and turn your head and release. So we're going to add the movement with the right leg. We're going to come up on the inhale. Lift up. Shoulder blades together and down the back. And exhale, turn your head and release. Left leg and the chest. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. One more time, both legs and the chest. Lift up. Now stay lifted as you exhale. Squeeze the thighs together. And see if you can feel both legs working equally. We're going to stay here for another breath. So heart is open, collarbones are broad. You're working your back muscles, so even if you lifted your hands off the ground, you'd be in the same position. Collarbones broad, nice, and then release back down. From here, go ahead and push up to your hands and knees. Careful if you have shoulder tension here. And let's go ahead and fold the blanket one more time for a little added knee support. So even though we're working slowly, can you kind of feel how strengthening it is, really at the smaller muscles? So from here, look down at your palms. Fingers are spread wide, right under the shoulders. Knees are under your hips, hip distance apart. And as you inhale, you need to lift the chest, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. And then as you exhale, draw your belly in, tilt the tailbone towards the ankles, relax the upper body to the floor. Now then inhale, lead with the heart again, come forward to your hands and knees. And exhaling back. 2 more times, we're going to add the pelvic floor. So come forward as you inhale. Add the pelvic floor here as you exhale back. And try not to wobble from side to side. Even as you come forward, see if you can work both sides equally. Pelvic floor drawing in as you exhale back. Let's do one more time to transition, coming forward as you inhale. This time as you move back, we'll just stay back. From here, bring your hands all the way to the lower back and rise up to stand on your knees. And you can come a little more forward if you want on the blanket. And if you have any knee problems, always give yourself permission to stand up. So we're going to move into alternate arm Virdrasana. You're going to bring the left arm out to the side and spin the palm up. Now with all of the computer movements, this should really feel good. And start to slowly bring the arm up. And bend the elbow if you feel tightening right there in the left trapezius muscles. From here, you're going to turn your head to the right. I want you to add that pelvic stability we started with. So tighten that. And slowly bring the tailbone back towards the heels. Sweep the hand, palm face down to the lower back and bring the left temple towards the floor. Now bring your head to center. Sweep the right arm out to the side, palm faced up as you rise up. And just pause for a moment, bend the elbow if needed, and find that position. Before you begin, draw the pelvic floor in, turn your head to the left this time, and wide arm sweep. Again, with stability, bringing the temple towards the floor. And we're going to add the breath here. Head to center, inhale, left palm facing up, sweeping to a kneeling stance. Exhale, head to the right, draw the pelvic floor in, and releasing back down, temple to the floor. Switching sides, head to center, right palm facing up as you sweep up. Pelvic floor draws in, and sweeping to the lower back, turning your head to the left. One more time each side. Palm facing up, inhaling as you come up, and exhaling as you come down. And again, you're using that stability in the pelvis. Try not to shift as much as possible from side to side. Nice. Go ahead and stay down, relax the breath in the pelvic floor. Bring your palms back in front of you to your hands and knees. And so this time, I want you to kind of find a neutral position in the spine. So you're going to come into a cow pose and just kind of exaggerate that position where the lower back kind of overly goes into extension, and then exaggerate the opposite way. So there's flexion. And do that one more time, each way, and I want you just to feel that middle point where you're kind of in balance as you transition. So there's kind of that halfway point where your spine is almost feels straight. And that's the place that I want you to actually pause at. So when you find that position, I want you to draw your belly in, so you're neither in a cat or cow position. And we're going to add a little balance here. So palms are under the shoulders, belly drawing in, slight tuck of the chin, so you're gazing down between the hands. Now you're going to draw the pelvic floor in, and you're going to start to bring the right leg and extend it back behind you. Again, push through the heel, just like when we were on our belly. Yes. And then go ahead and release back down. So try not to shift to the right this time as the left leg extends back. And then bringing that knee back down. We're going to add the arm position with the breath. Draw the belly in, inhale, right leg option, left arm extends forward. And stay here for a breath. Feel the abdominals supporting you. Keep reaching through the back heel. Push the heel towards the back wall. Yes. And then go ahead and release back down. Other side. Draw the belly in first. Inhale. Right arm extends forward. Left leg back. Stay for your exhale. And from here, we're actually going to keep the back leg straight as you bring the palm back down. You're going to curl the back toes under and bring the back leg to the mat. And just be careful if the foot's not on the mat, because you might want to come forward just a little bit. So we're going to keep this position as we come into a half downward dog. So the toes curl under. And then you're going to just lift the sit bones up. So the left heel starts to move towards the floor. Then just take a deep breath. And then slowly bring your knees back down. And we're going to move right to the other side. So the right leg extends back, left arm forward. And let's just practice that half downward dog. So you're going to bring the palm back down, curl the toes under, and lift the sit bones up. And again, bring that right heel towards the floor, taking a deep breath. And then slowly bringing the knees to the floor. Just lift the chest forward. And then releasing back until you're in a child's pose position. Rest the forehead to the floor. You can always use a blanket or a block. And I just want you to keep your hands back by the ankles and circle the wrists a couple times. Now then go ahead and release. We're going to start in a high knee stance again. So we're going to put all of the sequence in together. Doing okay so far? Okay. So we're going to put this into a vinyasa, where we're linking the breath with the movement. So it's going to start to feel a little quicker, but it's all of those poses that we just did on the knees. So to start with, let's bring both hands to the lower back. Take a moment. Let's bring your intention in to the practice. Feeling the shins rooted into the blanket, spine elongating upwards. Feeling the rhythm of your breath. Soft gaze with the eyes. And on your next inhale, sweep the left arm up, palm facing the ceiling. Turning your head to the right as you exhale all the way down. Now let's just sweep the hand the other side. So right arm comes out to the side, coming up. Head to the left, exhale back down. Release any tension in the neck and shoulders. We're going to add to it here. Come up as you inhale. Now arms going to stay forward as you exhale. Come all the way down. Tighten the pelvic floor. Lean back towards it. One-armed extended child's pose. Now bring your head to center. Feel the left palm grounding on the mat. And on your next inhale, come forward into your variation of that balance. Option, right arm forward, left leg back. Stay for a breath. So tighten the abdominals. And on your next exhale, palm to the mat, curl the toes under, and half downward dog, staying for a breath. Ears should be between the upper arms. So a breath is an inhale and an exhale. On your next inhale, drop the right knee to the ground, come back into the balance. So left leg lifts again. From here, as you exhale, bring the palm and the knee back to symmetry. On your next inhale, lift the chest. And releasing back for an extended child's pose. We're going to move right to the other side. As you inhale, rise up. This time, left hand behind you. As you exhale, right arm stays extended. Palm to the ground. Inhale, come forward into the balance. Left arm, right leg option. Again, stay for the breath. Draw the belly in, nice. And on your next exhale, bring the palm and the foot down. Curl the toes under, push back into downward dog. Feel the whole body involved here. Nice deep breath. And on your next inhale, bring the left knee down. Come right into that balance again one more time. And on your exhale, palm and knee back to symmetry. Inhale, lift your heart forward. And exhale, releasing all the way back. We're going to move both sides equally here. Inhale, come all the way up to the knees. Arm overhead. Exhale, both arms sweeping as you turn your head one direction. We're going to stay with Vajrasana a couple times. As you inhale, come up, head to center. Shoulder blades down the back. Release any tension in the neck and shoulders. Head to the left as you exhale, back down. 2 more times. Come up on the inhale. And down on the exhale. Last time, remember we'll add that core support as you move down. Come up on the inhale. So pelvic floor tightens. And exhale. Release all the way. And stay again for a moment. Arms are going to reach forward into an extended child's pose. We're going to stay here for a second and add a little lateral stretch. So the left arm is just going to come to the right. Nice deep breath. Now then walk the hands the other side and just feel any different sensation. Then let the jaw, muscles on the face soften. Breathe into the side of the ribs. Now then bring both hands to center. I want you to keep that feeling of both of the ribs expanding. Keep your palms glued where they are. And then come forward to your hands and knees. So instead of bending the elbows out, I want you to spin the elbows in. Lift the heart. Yeah. Now curl both toes under and lift the sit bones up. Come into a symmetrical downward dog. 4 breaths, stay here. With each exhale, feel the belly hollowing in. And you shouldn't feel any tension in the shoulders. Try to bring the weight to the legs. I know it feels kind of opposite of what gravity wants to do. Yeah. Keep breathing. You can even bend your knees maybe a little bit. If you're really flexible in the knees. Feel okay for the hip. And you go ahead after your 4 breaths, stay and release into child's pose. Relax the neck and shoulders. Remember, you want to feel in child's pose the tailbone drawing back towards the heels as the forehead releases towards the floor. Couple more breaths. Make sure the forehead's supported on something, even if it's your palms or if you want to get it. Yeah. So feeling the deep breath in the back of the ribs. Go ahead and come up. We're going to switch our mat sideways and set up a little bit different for this next sequence. So again, you're going to want your 2 blankets. One will be on the sides. I want you to have your hips supported on a blanket. So one blanket will be down, and another blanket will be actually a pillow. Now this is actually one of my favorite hip series, partly because it works as a stabilizer for the sacrum, and also it's so effective for preventing sciatica and some of the low back injuries. Now, because of any hip stuff though, you really want to just move at your own pace. So if, as I progress in the sequence, if it's too much, then just come out of it. So one blanket is a little bit of a pillow, the other blanket is supportive. So let's go ahead and have all of our heads facing the same direction, and you'll just mirror me. So you'll be starting lying on your right side. And I kind of want you to exaggerate this movement, because this is what I'm not looking for shifting back as we do this sequence. And you can use the left hand kind of at the base of the lower back as a guide. So if you feel moving back into the hand, then you know maybe not to go as high with the knee. Now, instead of having the knees really bent, kind of have the knees at about a 45-degree angle. Yeah, maybe you can bend the knees a little bit more, Kate, I think. And just be careful, again, of the hips here, because this is very strengthening for the hips. It might be really good for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the belly in, add some of that support, and you're going to lift the left knee up. And I want you to keep the toes down towards the other foot. And can you feel that strengthening in the outer hip? And then slowly release back down. So again, draw the belly in, and inhale, lift. And exhale back down. So 2 more times just like this before we add to it. Almost like through that strengthening, we're creating a little warmth in the outer hip. You can feel maybe the glute muscle engage as it lifts. One more time, we're going to stay lifted here. So we're going to start to add the whole leg as circles. You're going to lift the leg up. And let's start with the toes facing up, so it's external rotation. You're going to circle the leg forward, back, as far back as you can, lifting up, and then forward again. Make sure that you're not shifting the lower back. So you can almost imagine the femur bone and the hip socket trying its best to be as fluid as possible. Now, if you don't feel the strengthening, you can try the toes down. So it's a little bit more of an inner rotation. For me, I feel like it's very obvious for me, for my body, that the toes up is harder. So that's the direction I should work. We're going to switch directions. 4 times on your own. Choose that rotation. Try to commit to whatever that is. Rest sooner if you need to. 2 more times. So this is stability with strengthening last time. And we're going to end here. Keep that leg bent. You can kind of feel that warmth. Just pause there.
Yeah, no pain.
I like it. But I'm glad you said that, because
it's a good pain.
It's important to strengthening, right? Sometimes can be pain, but then pain can be really pain.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that, because it's good in yoga to find the difference. Like that is hard and kicks everybody's butts, but it's not like a pain like you're causing an injury.
Yeah, now that muscle's like, hello.
I know! So let's go ahead and fold the blanket a little bit lower. And we're going to move into... Yeah, just the head one. So we're going to let the hip relax as we move into a lying down twist. And I want you to bend the knees a little bit more here. And again, the twist is in the abdominals. As we twist, this time there is going to be some shifting in the hips. So let's start with a gentle variation for the upper body. The fingers are on top of each other. You're going to bring the left fingertips up and over, and you're going to let now the whole spine revolve. And you can bring the left arm towards the floor. And then on your exhale, I want you to draw the pelvic floor in, and that's what brings you back to the starting position. So there's a little core engagement. To add more of a stretch for the upper body, on your next inhale, try the other variation where the left fingertips come up and over, drawing a crescent shape along the floor until you're in a twist, and let the head follow. And same movement back as you exhale with the pelvic floor. I'm going to do this 2 more times. So you choose which one feels best. Up on the inhale. Opening up the collarbones, the heart center. Feel that movement in the spine. And then exhale, drawing the belly in. 1 more time. Now if it feels good for you, I want you to stay a couple breaths in the twist. Keep feeling again the revolving in the belly. Keep breathing. Your head can be turned any direction. If there's any pain with it turning towards the left fingertips. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release all the way back to this side. Now from here, we're going to counterpose that sequence and come onto your back. And so you should have a little support under your head. And we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. So that should have been the side you were strengthening. Now this variation might be ample of a stretch for your hip. Especially, some of us are more hypermobile in the hip and the strengthening is better, right? And then some of us, though, are really tight in the hip, and so the stretching might feel better. So that to add to this, if you want to try, is to activate the left foot, keep it active, and then you're going to bring the right leg into the chest. And you can hold behind the right leg. If that's too much for the upper body, you can also actually use the strap and kind of hold it right underneath the hamstring area. Yeah. Now from here, invite a little movement, just either from side to side. The movement, again, this is the difference of, you don't want like a pain or overstretching feeling, but you might find some places that bring your awareness to it. You know, they might be screaming at you the way you said that. Let's see my awareness there. And so for you, try this so that you're not like pushing more than what you want, and let the shoulders relax. Yeah. You found a special spot, huh? Mm-hmm. Feel okay?
Yeah.
Not too much?
It was hurting my knee up, so I just...
Yeah. Good. And for you, keep the foot active, yeah. Because it just kind of brings some stability into the ankle. Mm-hmm. Nice. Go ahead and relax for a moment. And bring the feet down. And rest with the knees just kind of relaxing in towards each other, soles of the feet to the ground. I just want you to feel the different sensations from side to side. And then again, slowly bring the knees into the chest, both knees hugged in, just rock from side to side. Massage out any tension in the lower back. And you're just going to rock yourself over to the right, using the left palm to push yourself up. Let the neck and shoulders relax. I'm going to bring the blanket with you to the other side of the mat. And if you used a strap, bring that with you. We'll start with the high padding. So again, I want you to find that position where the knees aren't bent all the way in. The knees are about a 45-degree angle from the hips. Using that right hand as just a little feedback on the lower back. Neck and shoulders should be relaxed. Tighten the pelvic floor. On your next inhale, lift the right knee up. And then exhale back. Belly drawing in, inhale, lifting up. Try not to shift back. Exhale back down. Now this side might feel so different, and just without judging, just keep working at your own pace. One more time of movement. Notice next time we're going to stay lifted. Come up on the inhale. Draw the abdominals in for extra stability. Bring the leg out and toes face up. Circle forward, up, back, and down. And it might be a baby circle on this side. Adapt it as needed. And if you don't feel as much of a strengthening, you can try the toes down. Maybe this side needs a little different awareness. One more time this direction. Whatever you're committing to, stay with it. And switch the opposite way 4 times. Two more times. The slower you work, the more challenging it's going to be. And again, finding that difference of pain versus strengthening. And I think we need to do one more time just to be balanced. And then go ahead and release. Lower the pillow support. Fingertips out in front. Bend the knees a little bit more. And again, this is, for this variation, the pelvis can move, whatever feels best. So reaching the right fingertips beyond the left. Inhale, let's start with the first variation up towards the sky. Keep revolving the spine until you're in the twist. As you exhale, draw the belly in. Using the core to return back to the starting point. Option, fingertips along the floor, up and overhead. Inhale. And exhale, draw the belly in. 2 more times. This movement actually with the arms up and overhead is actually given to a lot of women after a mastectomy, just to open up the lymphatic system in the armpits, all of the lymph nodes there. So if you feel extra tightness there, this might be a stretch. So this last time when you're in the twist, I want to invite you to stay. If that's not appropriate, then go ahead and return back to the starting point. Stay for 4 breaths. Your head turning any direction it would like. And remember, an inhale and an exhale is 1 breath. And when you're ready on your next exhale, draw your belly in and return back to the lying side position and slowly come onto your back. So this time, should be right leg over the left. And we're just going to pause here for a moment. When you're ready, you have the option of bringing the left leg into the chest and again, maybe using the strap. Keep the right foot alive though, as if you're standing on it. So there's stability all the way in the ankle. And then your movement is just a gentle movement to explore the areas that need to release. Again, trying to not find a painful stretch, but just a place that needs some more space, and breathe into that. Relax the shoulders and the back of the head. And then taking your time, move slowly to bring the feet back down to the ground. And pause and feel again, just the knees resting in towards each other, rest the arms down. And I'd like you to slide your head support to the side. You won't need that right here. And then scoot down a little more so that your whole spine is on the blanket, but your feet are on the mat. And you can even kind of just bring the blanket up a little bit more. So again, we're going to kind of bring all of this stability in the pelvis, the abdominals, and bring that stability up into bridge pose so that we can feel that alignment moving into the rest of the spine. Arms for today are going to curl underneath the sides of your mat. So as we come into bridge pose, you are going to use the arms pushing down into the floor. So go ahead and have your knees bent. Feet sit bone distance apart, and then actually take your fingers and curl them underneath the sides of your mat. Yeah. Now from here, we're going to start with some pelvic rolls. So just as we began, I want you to feel as you inhale the tailbone heavy, natural curve to the lower back. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor in, tighten the lower abdominals, flatten the lower back to the floor. Don't come up into bridge yet. And then inhale, release back into that neutral curvature of the spine, tailbone heavy. Exhale, tighten the core, and flatten the lower back. Again, we're going to add to it. Inhale, tailbone heavy. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor in. Now you're going to lift the sit bones up, peel the spine off of the mat. Push the upper arms into the floor. As you inhale, lift the chest a little bit higher, tuck the chin. Now as you exhale, tighten the abdominals and roll down with stability, vertebra by vertebra. You're going to stay down as you inhale, tailbone relaxes. As you exhale, tighten the pelvic floor, flatten the lower back, and roll up vertebra by vertebra. Try not to wobble from side to side, tuck the chin, inhale, stay, lift a little higher. And exhale, rolling down, vertebra by vertebra. One more time. Staying down as you inhale. And exhale, rolling up. So this time you're going to stay for 4 breaths. I want you to feel both sides of the pelvis, both legs working equally. And each exhale, I want you to draw the pelvic floor in. So I know it's strong for the glute muscles. Maybe another 2 breaths. Push the upper arms into the floor. And on your next exhale, you're going to roll down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. And then bend the knees into the chest. And And just rock from side to side. And then you're going to bring your arms down by your hips, keep your knees into your chest. On your inhale, you're going to extend the right foot up towards the sky, the left arm overhead. Now, as you exhale, you're going to turn your head to the right, sweep the hand along the floor, and bend the knee into the chest. Bring your head to center. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, head to the left, and sweep the hand along the floor. And inhale. So if you're not mirroring, it's left leg, right arm. So it's opposite arm and leg, yeah. And then as you exhale, you're just turning your head to the left if you're not mirroring. Head to center last time. Right leg, left arm. And exhale, one arm sweep. We're going to do both sides equally. Inhale, head to center, both arms, both legs extend overhead. Now as you exhale, bend the elbows along the floor, bend the knees. And then inhale right away. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Feel the whole spine pushing into the mat. Again, exhale, bend the elbows and knees. Last time, inhale, extend. Now stay here. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor in and feel the lower back connected into the mat. Maybe you can even find a little quiver in the abdominals. We're going to keep the legs extended. Bring your arms to the outside of the thighs. As you inhale, open up the legs into a letter V. And I want you to use your hands as a little resistance. You're going to bring your hands to the inner thighs and slowly bring the legs together. Hands to the outer thighs. You're using the hands as resistance. Draw the pelvic floor in. Exhale. Again, you might feel a little quiver in the legs. 2 more times. You're in charge of how much resistance you're giving the legs. Last time. Try to work both legs equally till they're back to center. Bend the knees. And bring the legs back down. Let's just rest for a moment with the soles of the feet touching and knees open if that's comfortable for you. Taking a couple nice deep breaths here. So if that movement doesn't feel good, you can rest with the knees just touching, kind of more of an inner rotation. We're going to bring the legs back together and we're going to sit up for our relaxation. Again, hug the knees in and just roll to one side. And I want you to carefully come up and prep yourself so that your whole body is going to be in a relaxation pose. And you can use that same folded blanket as a support for your head. And then you can also use a bolster under the knees. And these kind of 2 pillows that I've put to your side, they kind of fit as a perfect bolster under the knees, so you can kind of choose. And I think I'll just dim the lights and close the door as you set up. Try these under your knees. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you want your feet warm. You can put socks on them if you have them. You want an extra blanket or just sock? Here, yeah. I just roll over and put this blanket on top of it. Or you know what, here, I have an extra blanket here. Sean. That's even easier. Or so now it's all messed up. Here. You want your spine at least straight. Okay. So we're going to be here for a few minutes, so it's nice to take the time to make sure you're completely comfortable. And remembering if your lower back isn't comfortable resting on the floor, just bend the knees a little bit more, supporting your legs with a bolster, and just you can even let me know if you want me to bring you a chair or something. So moving into corpse pose. And just as we began, feel the back of your body first touching the mat. So if you can surrender a little more into gravity. I'm going to move into a lying down breath exercise. I want you to feel your left toes. On your next inhale, I want you to imagine energy moving up from the left toes all the way up the whole left side of the body to the third eye. And then as you exhale, moving down the whole right side of the body, all the way to the right toes. And then as you inhale, the breath sweeps up the right side to the space of the third eye. And as you exhale, it sweeps down the left side, all the way to the left. Up on the inhale, to the third eye, and forward down the right as you exhale. Up on the inhale, up the right side to the third eye. And pouring down the whole left side of the body. Again. Inhale up the left. And exhale down the right. Inhaling up the right side. And exhaling down the left side. Now feel as you inhale the breath filling both sides equally. Both legs, arms, lungs. And exhale, feel your body releasing deeper into relaxation. And continue feeling the breath now balanced in every cell of the body as you continue to breathe. Allowing the breath now to relax into Shavasana. Surrendering to that place of base and nourishment. In the back of your body, touching the mat. I'd like you to return to your intention that you started. Whatever you wanted at the beginning of class to bring balance and stability to. I want you to create a statement in the present tense with that intention as if it's already happened. And I want you to repeat this 3 times silently in your mind. And feel now the natural rhythm of your breath bringing you back to this moment. Feeling every cell more nourished, more balanced, more connected. And when you're ready, invite movement slowly in. You can even wiggle the toes of the fingers, circle the wrists and the ankles. I want you to keep this calm state as you slowly bend the knees first and roll to one side. When you're ready, again, moving slowly, you're going to elevate your hips with a blanket or a bolster to come to a seated position. And we'll pause here for a moment. So in the seated position, hopefully the hips feel a little more prepared for this, but you can always place a blanket underneath the knees or a pillow. So as we sit in stillness, just reminding yourself the practice of yoga is to prepare ourselves for meditation. And I'd like you to just cup one palm in the middle of the other and let the hands rest gently towards the pelvis with the thumbs just gently touching. Our spines in line with the electromagnetic field of the earth now. Just take a moment. Feel your connection to all that you're a part of. As you find your own wholeness in your life, that ripples out to affect all of humanity, the earth, the cosmos. And very gently when you're ready, let your palms slowly come together at the heart. Today, bowing your head to your heart center, giving yourself gratitude for taking the time today to nourish yourself. Namaste.